Oh, what's going on, people? So I got this box in as part of the Transformers, what is that thing called? The Kickstarter that I did or whatever. And I wasn't gonna do like, I thought about it initially, but doing like a normal video like this and all that good stuff. And then I thought that I didn't want to today. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna open these things up. But I figured since I'm going to open them up, I can still share that. Just not gonna edit it or any of that stuff. So be mostly me sitting here just doing the same thing, rambling on about some nonsense or whatever. You just won't be seeing the normal treatment with like stuff at the end and timestamps, and you're gonna have, who is this? Hello Goodbye is playing in the background right now. Instead, I'm just opening these things up just to see what's in here that's worth talking about, so I can set those to the side. Nothing really there. Let's see, keep this thing moving. So otherwise though, I do like that binder that I got. That's right over there, so that's kind of cool. But for the most part though, I mean, other than just like some like smaller sets of cards, like other limited type things or whatever, and there's a signed one, so that's something. Yeah, the Kickstarter thing, had I not bought so much later on, it would have made more sense. But I did, so it is what it is. Let's see, this feels a little thicker than usual, so something's going on in here. I guess this is going to be where those metal cards come in, which is cool. So there's that. That's standard. That's standard as, I don't know if I've been holding these things level or not. So that's a new one. See here, what is that? Megatron. So I mean, I think I got a different Megatron medal today. So, and foil, and then this more stuff that's all basic. And I did do the what was it? I did do the sit down and go through all my other crap thing the other day. So I do have just about a third full set. So depending on how this goes right here, I should have another full one, and hopefully just enough to finish off the other set, which would be cool. I mean, it's not like I need it. If anything, I'll just be giving it away, like I said. But it'd be cool to say that I did it, I guess. And it's just nice to know that from these boxes you do get a lot of stuff, right? So if you want to, try to, I don't know if these are really selling for anything or whatever. Probably not, but if you wanted to like trade some of these for maybe other cards or whatever, because there's a lot of other random stuff. So if you want some of those, maybe you can trade off like a set to get one or something like that. I don't know. Then again, if somebody has one of those like limited cards, they probably also have the set. So I don't know. Not sure what you could do with it, but then again, there's always like card shows and things where you can just trade anybody anything. There's actually one here this past weekend. I didn't get to it because, like I said in a past video, it was not a good Friday and Saturday and even part of Sunday for me. So didn't do a lot of stuff that I was hoping to get done over the weekend. Oh, this song is significantly louder than the last one. Got a little Spotify playlist going on. You know how they make those playlists for you. So like the last song was the impression that I get by the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, and this one is something by Real Big Fish. Yeah, Real Big Fish. So, and it's dropped that one, but it doesn't matter. Actually, I almost wore a shirt with him on it today. But then I ended up going the Megatron route because, well, it was just easier. I already had it in hand when I noticed it and stuff. I was like, oh, well, I'll break that out some other time. I actually kind of forgot I had it, really. Otherwise, I probably would have worn it before for any other of a million reasons. Let's see here. There's one of those again. So, let's see. How many of these cards am I going to have to deal with later, though? That's kind of a question that I'm wondering. Because even after I get my, let's say, you know, I get the 4 sets all together out of this thing, I'm still going to have a whole bunch of doubles that I just don't need. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those. And that's where it's like, I guess I could throw them up on eBay, you know, and say, hey, here's these, like, bid on them or something if you want to, but I just don't. I feel like there's going to be so little value in that, you know, that that it ultimately wouldn't be worth my time to do it individually. So the best thing would probably be to just sell them as like a package of, you know, cards, and just say, okay, well, here's 83 random duplicates of things. If you want them, have at it, you know. Because that way, then I don't feel like I'm at least not trying to overcharge anybody for anything. Then people just pay whatever they want. Hopefully they don't pay too much, because it's not going to be worth a whole lot, I don't think. I mean, not to put a value on how much something means to you, but financially speaking, a whole set of these cards shouldn't be much more than... It shouldn't be a lot. I mean, you can buy a whole one of these boxes for $100 and end up with the whole set plus some cool stuff. So I just can't see a reason to spend too much on the set itself. That just doesn't make any sense to me. But to put a dollar amount on it, I don't know. That's kind of where I just leave it open to the bidding. Though I will say, when it comes to me buying stuff on eBay, I'm a big fan of the buy it now, because I'm not really impatient, but sometimes you just want it now. All right, let's see what do we have going on here. Thought about the Dragon's, or not Dragon's Zord, what do you, Dinobots. Jeez, I thought about wearing a Dinobot shirt today, but you know, that also crossed my mind. But then I'm like, I think I've already worn that one. Pretty sure I have. And I don't know if you are a person that actually watches any of my stuff. I feel like probably not. But for the most part, I have not worn the same t-shirts in any of my actual videos more than once. There was an exception that I made for a Warped Tour video, or excuse me, for a Warped Tour shirt in a video, because it made sense. It was the 5-year anniversary of this channel, so I figured I'm going to wear the shirt that I wore in the first video, right? Which was Warped Tour 2005, little blue tank top. Yep, and as a matter of fact, Warped Tour is coming back around. I have my ticket. Well, I don't know if I have my ticket already or not, but I've definitely put my order in for one. So maybe I have it. I should probably look into that, because I honestly don't know. But I'll be seeing that, I guess, in June or something. I don't know. It's going to be in DC, the stop that I'm going to. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Just got an email this morning about concert updates and stuff. And I saw that 303 and Cobra Starship are going to be there. And some other band, was it Pennywise, I think, was on the list too. So looking forward to that. Avril Lavigne is supposed to play some of the stops as well, and I think there's only 3 of them, so I don't know if she's just gonna pick some or if she's gonna do all of them. But in some ways, I wish that she wasn't going to be there, because that's kind of cool. It's a foil Optimus Prime, or rainbow, whatever you call it. But yeah, I kind of wish she wasn't gonna be there, because last year I didn't spend a lot of money doing it. Something about Megatron, I tell you. But anyway, so yeah, I went up to DC, saw her last year, in place of going out to see, what was it? There's some festival up in Boston. I wanted to go see it because it was going to be the last appearance of NoFX, because they were retiring, not really breaking up, just retiring, you know, because they've been doing it for like 40 years. But I had already made the plans to see Miss Levine, so I went to go do that instead. It ended up not being like all that great of a show, so I'm like, well, this isn't great, you know. It's her simple plan, and you know, they performed okay, you know, I guess, but there's these rain delays, so it started late, and then because the venue itself is just awful, getting out of it was just a mess and a half. So everything about it, and it's just far, right? It's just far. So I wasn't thrilled about basically anything with it. So I'm like, I should have just went to see NoFX, said the heck with this. And I think she's gonna be at some other thing that I was possibly considering going to. So yeah, it just wasn't a great decision on my part, but you know, that's life. You know, you live to be old enough. You're gonna make a few bad decisions, even though they made sense at the time. Sometimes things just don't work out, and then you feel like, yeah, probably should have gone with option B. And that's kind of where I am right now. But yeah, it's life, whatever. I complain about these things, but at the same time, I do try to remember that there's a lot of people who want to do a lot of things and can do mostly none of them, right? Maybe you know somebody like that. I certainly do. For whatever the reason may be, whether it's a financial thing, a time thing, just overall quality of life thing, whatever it may be, something is probably just getting in the way, right? And since I'm fortunate enough to not have to deal with any of that, well, then I just consider myself... Is that two? I think it was. Yeah. So yeah, pretty fortunate in that way, so I try not to forget, right? Because, you know, then it's bad, right? Let's see, let's move some of this stuff around a little bit so I can have some room here. Yeah, so far though, as far as this box goes, quite underwhelming. Not a whole lot going on with it. But again, the bulk of the box is just basic cards, right? Which is good in a sense. Like, I mean, these packets remind me of like when I was younger, buying cards and going to random stores, and I'd see, oh, you guys have the Marvel Series 3, like, and then I'd like buy a pack or two or whatever I could afford, you know, so I could try and complete my sets. And they were always just like, you know, full of basic cards, right? And that's where these are right now. Though looking back at it now, seeing these variations and stuff, and knowing more about how some of these things are, like as I've been going through and opening things, I do kind of wonder what sort of stuff I was like missing out on back then, because at the time all I knew of was like, all right, there's cards 1 through 100, you know, because that's how many characters are on this checklist thing. I didn't know if there were any like special Mirage or Prisms or whatever back then. I was just happy to have something I liked. So, oh wow, this is Cable, that's cool. Okay, let's see, we got what, 3 more to go. Then I can let this thing get uploaded, throw it on the internet, and be done with it. Let's see. I think that's a Prism one, or whatever the word is for that. Who is this guy? It looks weird. What is that, Hot Rod? Huh, interesting. It's like, one of these days I'll actually like take time to go through these, probably once I put the cards into a binder, which I just got my sheets in today, you know, those little plastic page things or whatever. So now I'll be able to do that. All right. Let's see here. Let's see, there's another one of those. And actually, I probably should go through thinking about it now, I should probably go through my those rainbow things and see about those, because I only need, like, for that, I think I have the third stack as maybe like say 10 to 15 cards short, which isn't very many, you know. And if I were to consider the colorful ones or whatever, like this, like I might be able to finish that set off actually. Oh, this goes over here. I might be able to finish that set off actually. But I mean, between this whole box here, like I would hope that I have it now. All right, so there's that from me to you. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, wherever you are. Now I gotta go through and sort this crap out. Later, people.